Hello? Do you guys hear me? If you can, give me a thumbs up. That'd be amazing. Hello? Oh, I believe you can. Okay, we are ready to rock and roll. This is going to be so exciting. So how many of you guys have passed the exam already? How many of you guys have passed? And how many of you guys are about to pass? Or how many of you guys have done like so many deals already where you're like making like $1 million a year? Anybody? Anybody? Let's hear it. Don't be shy as we get going. Congratulations, Kimberly. She passed. Awesome. Nikki, don't worry about it. One thing I want to emphasize for you guys, if you haven't passed it, you guys need to be doing this stuff. There's some things that us at Prep Agent get asked all the time, and it's like mind-numbingly frustrating. Okay? Do you guys want to know the two most frustrating questions we get? Are you ready? The two most frustrating questions we get? And I don't blame people for asking, just so we're clear. I'm not upset with people ask. It's just frustrating for us because we know you don't have all the information. We get it all the time, and it's just, and people make the wrong decisions about this all the time. That's really why it's frustrating, because people make the wrong decision about this, right? One is, what can I do? I have not passed yet. That is the number one frustration we get. The reason that's a frustration because there's so much you could do before you pass. So after you pass, you're ready to sell. So those of you people who failed once, twice, three, or however many times, don't sweat it. You guys should be building your social media. Nothing I'm really going to talk about today, you really need a license. Because before you actually sell, people have this idea that they pass their exam and they're like, boom, sell, ready. What really happens is, boom, you pass, and then you got to set up your Instagram, your Facebook, take some pictures, start doing some training. So much stuff that you start thinking, I really wish I did this before I pass, so when I sell, I can actually use my license. But people are starting from scratch. That's the number one thing that is frustrating, because I want to see you guys succeed. I want to see you guys do well right out of the gates. The other thing that's frustrating is this question. What broker should I work for? Okay? Excuse me, let me rephrase that. What brokerage should I work for? What's the best one? That one drives me nuts. That one drives me nuts because I want people to understand it's not about the name on the front door. I'm just going to give you guys a dose of reality. All right, everybody ready for a reality dose on this? The brokerage doesn't care about you, all right? They recruit you to sell, and if you don't sell, they will replace you, okay? They will get somebody else. They just want to recruit as many people as they can, and whoever sells, great. They try and sell you on the fact of coming to them. Many of you guys have probably had brokerages try and recruit you. Who's had brokerage try and recruit you, right? So here's the key. The brokerage doesn't care about you. A person will care about you. I can't say that enough. A person will care about you, not a brokerage. So when you go into that brokerage, it's not about the name on the front. It's about the name and the personality of the person who'll be mentoring you, keeping you legally safe, guiding you. And that could be, you could have 10 different Keller Williams office and have 10 different experiences, because the person you're working directly with. Same is true for EXP, Remax, Coldwell Banker, some small brokerages. There are some great tiny brokers that don't have the best marketing, that don't have the best training, but that person you're working with on a day-to-day basis is a phenomenal top producer who wants to see you succeed. So everybody get this? I can't say this enough. All right, I know this isn't popular and a lot of people won't like hearing this, but I'm for you, not for them. Brokerages do not care about you. people will care about you. Has everybody got that? I can't say enough. It's a very important point. The person you're working with is what you guys got to be aware of. Whether it's a mentor, a managing broker, a trainer, you got to go into that office and be like, yeah, I get you got the pretty colors, you got the nice logo, you got the trading, you got the commission splits, you got the desk space, but who's going to show me how to do an open house? Who's going to show me how to list a property? Who's going to show me all these different things? And you don't need to pass your exam to start talking to that person. Everybody got it? It's a hugely important point, okay? Who's going to show me on a date? How often accessible are they going to be to me? How often are they going to meet with me? What incentive do they have to care about me, right? I mean, if you got to share your commission with somebody who's great, well, shoot the lock off the wall and share the commission. Everybody got that? Don't worry about your commission right off the bat. You got to learn and get going. Pay people what they're worth. Does everybody agree with that? Who hates people who cheat on good people? If you get good people, pay them what they're worth. And if there's somebody at those offices that is really a quality person who could show you the way, pay them. And you don't have to pay them right now. You got to pay them out of your commission. All right? Do you guys agree with that? Sorry I was on a tangent. I just felt that was important. It's been coming up a lot. So I really wanted to emphasize that. Pay people what they're worth. You're going to be hearing all the time about when you get a listing, trying to get the best commission and selling them on what you're worth. Well, don't be a hypocrite. You know, you're going to want people to pay you what you're worth when you list their house. So you should be paying somebody what they're worth if they're going to take time and care and energy to making sure you succeed. All right. The funny thing, a lot of those good people won't even ask for that much money because they're good people, but, you know, you got to do what you got to do. All right. Adina says, I want to be paid my worth. So same goes. You're going to make money, spend money, pay them. Okay, Instagram. So this is my Instagram, instagram.com/JoeJuder. You guys probably follow me there. Follow me there, and you guys will be amazing. And it'll be great. Okay, that's my Instagram. Make sure you follow me there. It looks something like this. I got more followers since this day I took this screenshot, but that still looks basically the same. All right, it's me pointing, showing you the way with my yellow background. Real quick, do you guys know why I put a yellow background on my profile picture? We're talking about Instagram 101, but who knows why I put a yellow background in my profile picture. It's not because I look good in yellow. I look good in blue. Blue's my color. Why'd I put a yellow background? It's my first little tip for you guys. What do you guys think? Why'd I put a yellow background there? Everybody see that yellow? Noticeable. Thank you, Kellyanne. Eye-catching. Good. You guys got to make a creative choice, but people see a lot of profiles. For example, look in the chat right now. Everybody see everybody's thumbnail? If it's all pictures of people's faces and small thumbnails, it's hard for somebody to stand out. But if you put something yellow, it stands out. And you don't have to use yellow. Don't copy my idea. But if you look at a lot of social media experts, they do this method where they have a bright color behind them, whether it's red, yellow, or maybe it's like a light blue or something. Or sometimes what they'll do is they'll create a circle around them that goes within the circle on the profile. Okay? So that's just one idea. Something that pops out with your face or whatever it could do. This is my first tip. So start working on that. And by the way, so if you don't want to do yellow background, what's another idea you could do for your profile picture? I'm going to seem really obvious. A yellow shirt. All right? A red shirt with a red hat or something. But something that pops out. All right, so what do you guys think? Maybe like a yellow shirt, but you guys get the idea. Use a big, solid color. Use a big, solid color. There's a reason I do black shirt, yellow background, and dark hat. Okay, use a big, solid color. Don't use a lot of colors because the thumbnail is very small. Everybody got that? Remember, the thumbnail is very small. So you want things that'll pop out. Use straight colors on these thumbnails. All right, so it could be in your shirt. So, for example, mine would have worked if I had a bright red shirt with a white background. Okay? So that could have worked too. Or a black background with a yellow shirt. But you guys get the idea. Something that makes it pop. Be creative. Have fun with it. Okay, so we're going to talk about 7 different types of posts. There are 7 days in the week, and we're going to talk about that. Lady says, what if I don't want to use my face in the profile? Lady, it could be a long road. You're going to be a salesperson. They're going to want to see your face at some point. So use some compelling logo with your initials then, but just remember, you got to be personable. You're going to have to show your face. That's the business you chose. Okay, before you get into the 7 posts, pick a design. Here's some examples of designs. These are different layouts. You don't need some fancy app to do these layouts. You could just get a pen and paper. You're going to see a lot of people say, oh, use this app, that app, all these other apps. You could do this just on your computer on a PowerPoint presentation. All these are square blocks. I mean, they try and give you an app for everything so they can try and sell you stuff. I'm trying to save you guys money here. All this is laying out a color scheme with images, different ideas you have. So for example, when I laid out mine, obviously I don't use the same image every time, but I had the idea I'm going to go white, image, yellow, image, white, image, yellow, image, white, image, white. Okay? All right, everybody see that? So that's just different themes, but there's a lot of ideas. You can look up themes and templates. The point is, before you start doing any posting, you want to lay out kind of a design moving forward. You don't want to just haphazardly throw stuff up there. Okay, some of you guys use Instagram for a while. Maybe you have a certain filter you want to use, but you guys get the idea. Everybody got it? Yes or no? Any questions? Okay, so before we do anything, start laying out a theme. Okay, the first type of post you guys want to do. First type of post, you're in real estate, picture of a property. Shelby says, do you post these all the same time to create this layout? I could post a bunch, Shelby, maybe like a week in advance. Obviously, I can't post the whole year. I don't know what I'm going to want to say. Could have some good stuff. But I try and create a template, Shelby. Such a great question, Shelby. I do try and create like a template to follow. Thank you for that question. So the first type of post, obviously a picture of properties. But what if you don't have a listing? You guys are just starting out. There's a number of options if you don't have a listing. Okay, one, you could take pictures from properties in other areas and just show your intelligence about real estate. Maybe there's this really pretty property in China, and you don't live in China, you're in America, but you want to show it, and you want to show your expertise and talk about it and say, hey, isn't this beautiful? This is why. This is a type of architecture that I really appreciate, and just sound intelligent talking about real estate. You could get beautiful photos that are free. You could go to something called, here, ready for this? Unsplash. Just look up Unsplash. All right. You can get a lot of free photos. So just pick some free photos and talk about them intelligently. Okay, about the architecture, about design, what you like. Just get talking about real estate. You can have some really compelling pictures. If you want pictures in your area, you could ask another agent in that area. You could say, hey, I really love that property you're listing. Do you mind if I show that property on my Instagram page? No agent will ever have a problem with that because that's free promotion for them. Everybody got it? So you'll have a really beautiful picture of property in your area, and you'll be creating a relationship with an agent. Because obviously they're going to love it if you're promoting their property. It's good stuff. And maybe they'll let you sit the open house if you do that, which is a great place for you to get clients. What do you guys think? Good idea? Geraldine says, Joe, should I create a whole new page or update the page you have? I don't know. It depends what your page looks like right now. You know your page better than I do, but it better be professional, Geraldine. Are you guys with me? Don't leave me hanging. Don't be silent. If you're silent, I think I'm talking to myself. Am I talking to myself? You guys are here, right? Okay, so this is an example of a property. Okay, good. I don't know if you guys ever taught on these webinars, but when there's no activity in the chat, you're kind of like, hello, hello, hello. Okay, everybody see this picture? I got this off Unsplash, this property. Really pretty property, right? It's free. You just got to give the artist and the photographer credit, but it's free and you could talk about it. Be like, hey, I really like this property, the balcony, and just different types of ideas. The whole idea is to sound like an expert. And the whole idea as well is you don't need to have a property listed in order to show a picture of a property and include it in your layout that you created. Congratulations, Christina. Denise says, do you recommend getting professional photos done of yourself for the marketing? Maybe a few, but don't rely on that, Denise. You get creative because you're going to want a lot of pictures being done. So just what I would recommend, Denise, you can watch some videos on how to take some good photos and get some basic ones done and become really good at it, better than you think. For the really professional ones, sure, maybe hire somebody, get 5 or 10. But at the end of the day, you're going to be your own photographer, okay? So you really need to kind of get good at it, and it's not that hard. To get those perfect ones, yeah, but to understand some basics of lighting and distance and framing, it's not that hard. You could do it, Christine, Denise. Denise. You got this. Hágale pues. Okay, moving right along. Picture of interior design is another type of property. Same idea. You could have a picture of an interior design when you list it, or just talk to an interior designer. An interior designer will always give you pictures, and you credit them back in the in the notes, in the comments, and they will love you for that. They will love you for that. Okay, that's another way to create a good relationship with somebody who's marketing to a similar demographic as you. So type of content for Instagram. All right, moving right along. Pitch to the community. This should be easy. Go out, take some pictures. You learn how to do it. So how many types of pictures we got? Right now we got 3. We got 3 types of pictures for you to plan out. By the way, do we know where to plan these pictures out? You go to, I'm assuming you guys know this, but if you don't, no problem. You want to go to Creator Studio. Creator Studio is where you plan these pictures out. Okay? Creator Studio on Facebook. Everybody got that? That's where you go to plan those pictures out and schedule them out. They'll also have analytics and different types of features that you'll find very helpful. On a very simple level, it'll help you plan out these pictures. Schedule them, I should say. Help you schedule them out. Okay, so you got the pictures of the community. So Creator Studio is a Facebook application. So if you have Facebook, it's there. I don't know if you guys know, but Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same people. So your Instagram and Facebook will work very well together. They designed it that way. Kevin says, is the goal to provide content and value, or do you provide the value of the conversations that follow posts? Can I say all the above, Kevin? You want to provide content and value, and you want to participate in that conversation, obviously, and participate in other people's conversation as well. We'll call that Instagram 102. This is Instagram 101. Okay, so you got the picture your community. Next, so now we got mortgage rates. So we have, for our 4th type of post, the mortgage rate. You could put it in a nice little design. Like, everybody see this? This is a design I like. You could have this, put it in there. Because you don't want pictures every single post, because then it gets a little cluttery. So some small text with some white background could really look good. You could use Canva to design these. Stu did a great webinar on Canva. You can look it up on the Age School YouTube channel. That's the one you're on right now. And you can find some templates where you can plug in text. Okay, everybody see that? Everybody likes the mortgage rate. So you do it every Monday or whatever, one day out of the week, and you have the mortgage rate set. Where do you find the mortgage rate? Well, you're a real estate agent. You should have a mortgage rep that you're in contact with. Once again, make sure they give it to you every week, and you could credit them back. You could tag them or tell them about the comments. And I'm referring to the fact that Instagram's a great way to create relationships with other people, okay? When you're promoting them, they appreciate it. So you say, hey, Bob, you're a mortgage broker. Give them the mortgage rates every week, and when you do that, I will tag you in my post, and hopefully you'll get some business that way. I'll get you out there a little more, and we both help each other. You give me good content, and I'll give you credit for that. And you put that content in a template that you create in Canva. Sound good? Everybody write, sound good, Joe. Okay, I'm giving you a system of how to get this done, a step-by-step process. If you guys don't believe me that it works, I want you to see my Instagram page, 5,000 followers. That was a week ago, and now I'm almost at 7,000. So if you check it now, it's a lot more than 5,000. So mine's growing at a pretty rapid rate. So just follow my lead on this, everybody. Just like you did with the mortgage rate, what's the other obvious one? The average price in the community. Average price of the community. I did average price in the USA just because I was trying to show you as a demonstration. But you could do for your area, maybe neighboring towns, but people always want to know this. I mean, let's be honest. If I want to buy a home and I say, what's the average price in this area that I want to buy? And you're like, I don't know. Maybe you should ask somebody. Maybe you should look it up. You're the person they should be asking. And what's better, if they don't need to ask you, they just go to your Instagram profile and they can find out every week. The idea here is to be consistent. The idea is to be consistent, right? So they know if they go to your profile every week, they could get this information. Randy says, Joe, if your community or town is boring and nothing goes on in your town, how do you make your community worth looking at? Wow, Randy, it's not a big sales pitch. There's got to be something nice in your town. Randy, when you talk to people, what are you going to tell them is a good value about your town? Whatever it is, take a picture of that. And if you can't say anything nice about your town or find anything good, that could be tricky. There must be like a picture of some pretty school or something. I mean, you could always take a nice picture somehow. A nice view somewhere, or maybe there's a nice garden in your town. I don't know. Or do you live like where Willy Wonka had his chocolate factory in that dark, dismal place? Willy Wonka, you guys know what I'm talking about? Where Willy Wonka had his chocolate factory, that the town was like very dismal and gray and horrible. Okay, moving right along. So now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Randy says, Joe, I tell them I live close to the next town over. All right. That's a good one, Randy. All right. Okay, next thing. Awesome. Picture yourself doing something and look relatable. Remember, it's a personal service. Obviously, it's your real estate profile. This is a calculated thing. Maybe you love your dog. Take a picture of your dog. Maybe you love yoga. Picture you doing yoga. Maybe you like surfing. Maybe you like squash. Something that they know you with. So every once in a while, you got to take pictures of yourself doing something so they see you're a real person. This is mixed in with all the other stuff. What are you doing when you do that? You are pulling in that community of dog walkers, yogis. You're trying to get them into your profile. You're trying to get the people who want to buy real estate within that yoga community, within that squash community, within that surfing community, whatever it is. So you're not just about real estate. You're trying to create a bridge, and that's what you're doing with this post. There's a picture of somebody doing yoga. You're trying to cross that bridge of this community that you have interest in, where you hopefully have some contacts or maybe will because you're going to engage them. And you're trying to tell that community, hey, I sell real estate. Patricia says, hi, Joe. Do you keep it only real estate or do you add personal? I think I answered it here, Shelby or Patricia. So on my ratio, 1 out of 7 is personal. 1 out of 7 posts is personal. Does that answer your question, Patricia? So on a 1 out of 5 to 1 out of 7 ratio, you want to do something personal. So you do want to add some personal stuff, Patricia. You just don't want it to be too much personal. So that's the ratio I go with. Okay? Now, what are we missing? So we have the beautiful picture of the community. We have interior designs. That's real estate related. We have the community. You're selling the community. We have mortgage rates. We have home values. We have something personal. What are we missing here? We're missing the hard sell. The use me, I'm amazing, I'm the agent, I'm awesome, whatever it may be. That kind of like hard sell. Now, you can't do a hard sell all the time. You sound like a cheesy salesperson. But you also can't do it never because you are in business, all right? And you got to get that business. So get a picture of you being a professional, and in the comments, you're going to write, here I am selling the property. I could sell it for you. Okay, everybody got that? So you need that hard sell. So when you're planning out your post, I gave you 7 styles of posts for 7 days of the week. You could do them in different order, whatever order you want. And you could veer off this, but for you guys who don't know what to do, follow this format. It will work, I promise. So just to review, write this down. You have your professional photo, your personal photo, home values in the area, mortgage values, the community, interior design, and obviously properties. Everybody got that? And you want to create a routine and a rotation of those same things because it'll create consistency. And just like in real estate, areas that have some consistency, the value goes up. Same with your Instagram. All right, Geraldine says, hard sell, use me, picture myself with for sale sign. Okay, now we're talking basics. Those are the 7 types of posts. Did that help? That helped? I want to move on to the next thing that I want you guys to take note of. Everybody right? I'm ready for the next thing. Has this been helpful so far? I hope so. If not, send me a message to Instagram and I'll do what I can to make it better. So I really want this to be good for you guys. Okay, we ready for the next thing? I'm humble. I don't mind if you guys say what I need to do or go over. Okay, so now the actual post. The post. So we talked about what types of pictures, right? But now we have the post. Follow this format when you post. The what, the so what, and the now what. The what, the so what, and the now what. Everybody got that? The what, the so what, and the now what. What is the what? Okay? I'm a real estate agent. What is the so what? I'm an expert in the community. I love doing this. I got passion. You know, the why people should care. The now what? Send me an email or contact me via Instagram or let's schedule an appointment, whatever it may be. Obviously, it's going to be different each post, but each post should follow this format. Everybody got it? The what, the so what, the now what. The what? I have a property listed on Main Street, $400,000. The so what? Beautifully located near the schools. It's got bright colors. It's got really nice access to the park, blah, blah, blah. The now what? Send me a message today so we can make an offer before the open house this weekend. All right. Another word for this now what, you probably heard this. Anybody heard this before? Call to action. It's also known as the call to action. You guys ever heard that term before? So yeah, Geraldine, so you got the what, the so what, and the now what. So the now what is very often called the call to action. All right, so that's what that's all about. In your bio, keep your bio very basic. If you have not passed your exam yet, You cannot say you're a realtor or a licensed agent, anything like that, but you know you can say? Real estate. Joe Juder Real Estate. There's nothing licensed about that. That just says, like, I like real estate. You don't need a license to go on vacation, take pictures of properties. You don't need a license to own properties and invest in them. You don't need a license to just watch House Hunters International on TV. Okay, all that's real estate. By the way, all this is recorded, so if you miss it, you can watch this again. Some of you guys ask me to repeat stuff. Don't worry, it's all recorded. Okay? So here's what I want you guys to follow. Line 1, I get the best value for your home. Okay? Line 2, resident of tiny town, past 15 years, yada, yada, yada. Line 3, my phone number, send me a direct message, and your website link. Okay, so in many ways, I am doing the what, the so what, and the now what. All right? This is supposed to be send me a direct message. Okay? So here's my now what, here's my so what, and here's my what. My point is just keep it very basic when you start out. Keep it very basic. Okay? House Hunters Renovation, great show. All right? So that's what I got for you guys today. I'm going to talk more about more higher end stuff next week. I hope this was helpful. Was this helpful, guys? What do you guys think? Was this helpful? I know it's Saturday and you want to be doing fun stuff, but I really wanted to put this out there for you guys. So I hope this helped. Don't forget to look for me on Instagram. It's Joe Juder, just like that. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks, everybody. Have an amazing day. It's totally free. It's public. So just check the Agent School YouTube channel and you can watch it as many times as you want if you missed anything. Thanks, guys.